And they, Umar say he ready to debate everybody. Yeah, he said he ready to debate everybody. He ready to have a battle royal. You see what I'm saying? He said he ready to have a battle royal with old crusty Steve Harvey. Uh, uh, you know, crusty Tricky Ricky Smiley and DL Hugh. And any which way it go, that ain't a hard match at all. You feel me? That's not a hard match at all. Because if goddamn Cat Williams can goddamn put him in a stranglehold, it can't be that goddamn hard. You see, but yeah, so ever since DL and Steve Harvey and Tricky Ricky Smiley, Plies, and all these niggas is coming out here and they cheerleading for Kamala Harris. They cheerleading for Kamala Harris. They paying these niggas, and they ain't nothing but shucking and jiving. They ain't, they not, intellectually, on the level that it would be hard to deal with at all. You feel me? Just real talk. DL is really the smoke is all the wind is out of DL anyway, because he didn't put all he had in the bag of bones, Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is done for. Yeah, they didn't check Joe Biden into hospice, and so he's done for at this time. And so it ain't that goddamn hard to get on, because you could tell when he was on Vlad TV that the wind was knocked out of his ass, and so he'll latch on to anything. He's like a motherfucker out in the ocean, and they threw the motherfucker inner tube, and so he out there floating on the inner tube, but he ain't got nothing. And Steve Harvey ain't nobody. You see what I'm saying? These niggas is nobodies and shit. So, but what it is, when you get paid to shuck and jive, niggas shuck and jive, and so that's what they doing, and so they got to go out there, and they not expecting that family of any prowess, intellectual prowess, will rise up on them. You see what I'm saying? But it don't take much. You feel me? And to knock one of these niggas down, to knock down a bunch of washed up comedians ain't too much of that ain't no medal. You know what I'm saying? That's not a medal. You don't get no medal for knocking down three, four washed up ass comedians. Steve Harvey ain't nobody. Cat Williams did beat the smoke off his ass. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And Tricky Ricky Smiley ain't nobody. Cat Williams then dug in that nigga chest so hard there's no way for him to make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? So really, they didn't already been exposed and shit. And so you can't find nothing intellectual about Steve Harvey or Ricky Smiley, who avid promoter of the No Pride movement. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, what can you get out of that? But DL Hughley, then he snapped back. He said, you know what? We can have this goddamn debate. Let's have it in the lunchroom. That's what he said. Let's go on and have it in the lunchroom at your school. That's what he said. Now I don't want to get off into that now. I don't want to get off into that now, but that's what he said. And so shit, he say, and what the fuck he say? What DL say? They say some crazy shit. He say, wait a minute now. Say what he say? He say, bet. I guess after the challenge, you know what I'm saying? He say, bet. Why don't we televise it live from the cafeteria of your school? That's what DL said. And said, you know what? After the kids have all had lunch provided free of charge, wearing free uniforms provided through all the donations you've taken in for years. Mr. Doolittle, this ain't what you want. Oh man, you know what? DL, that was a low blow though. That was a low blow. Y'all know that was a low blow. This motherfucker did. That don't make him no intellectual motherfucker. But I tell you what. Yeah.
Pros and cons of different jobs that allow you to travel the world. Coding. But why coding? Well, for one, the starting salary is generally really high, and
Tell you what. Yeah. Yeah. If somebody say, why ain't nobody talking about Cornel West running for president? Do you think he'll be better for blacks? You know what? And you know what? That's a good question. Cool Key, man. You know what? We're gonna talk about it. And you right. Why ain't nobody? Because goddamn ain't nobody seen the mother shit. If you ain't getting no goddamn publicity and shit, I almost forgot. You see what I'm saying? Really, I did. I seen that he was running, but after a while, after you only see Kamala Harris and shit, they literally phase it out in the in mass media. They just phase them out, and so you literally think that that they ain't even running no more. But I guess if you on the Democratic or the Republican, they come at their nomination, yeah, they cut out all the other candidates, and they go and back one candidate. And so many people think that Cornel is not there, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I think Cornel would do much better. I honestly think that he would do much better than any other candidate. Yeah, I would. I would hope that I wouldn't be wrong. I think Cornel West would. You understand? Do more for black than any of the other nominees that's run. Yes, I do. And maybe we'll bring that up. You see what I'm saying? But I literally myself have forgot. And then I seen, something on that he had did, just maybe 4 days back, but it was brief. But I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm gonna do a piece. But I think that at this point in time, you got Luke Skywalker, and you got the DL. This is, these niggas ain't got no intellectual prowess. You see what I'm saying? Ain't now one of them niggas got knowledge of self at all. You see what I'm saying? And the average nigga, Christian nigga, a Freemason nigga, fraternity nigga, and I don't have no problem in cutting into none of these niggas because I already know what they is. I don't, I already know these are some Freemason fraternal niggas, and they all fall in line. And like I said, I don't even believe that many of them even have to take a payout because when you in a Freemason order and they call your ass, that's a part of your oath. Everything ain't about a dollar. You know what I'm saying? When they tug your ass, and you best to get your ass on over there. That's how that go. They tug on you. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the oath because you would not have gotten where you at today if it had not been for them orders. You see what I'm saying? And so yeah, so they don't need no payout. Them motherfuckers up there shucking and jiving for free. Yeah. He said, hell no to West. You know what? With the Andrew Stroman down there, he said, hell no to West. And goddamn it, he might be right. I said he might do better. You understand what I'm saying? But goddamn Andrew Stroman say, hell no to West. Yeah. You say Cornel, oh man, we done with Cornel. Cornel don't get nothing. Matter of fact, goddamn it, I don't even follow no goddamn Cornel West. And you say he married to a what? Oh man, get the fuck out of here. That nigga, I don't even want. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go in my goddamn way. You can put banned words and nigga, you ain't gonna even be able to type Cornel West in my shit no more. I'm about to put that motherfucker on ban. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna even be able to type that motherfucker name in there no more. That's right. I don't want to hear nothing about no more corny Cornel West. Corny Cornel West. And so, yes, we got to stay focused, though. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If something can come out of it, let it go. Let it go down. You see what I'm saying? At this point, you see, for me, like I say, if I can't get no medals, You see what I'm saying? I got to knock me down a big nigga. I got to get, you know what I'm saying? I can't just debate no anybody. You know what I'm saying? I got to get medals. I ain't gonna get no medal knocking down no goddamn gesture. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get no medal knocking down no gesture. Them gestures and shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, them motherfucking minstrels and shit. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn minstrel show and goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Gestures. I can't get no goddamn medal knocking down no goddamn gesture. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, it don't take much because you already see they don't really want no smoke. You see what I'm saying? Steve Harvey ain't been able to defend his character since he been since the days of hating on Barney Mac and all the other little silly shit that been going on. Yeah, you say I would ask Dr. Cornell, who I met back in there, to be my vice president when I'm running, but that's his second wife. Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah. Don't make no difference. Goddamn it, if he a black man and he ain't married to a black woman, then nigga, he got an issue with self. You so how the hell he gonna help me if he can't help his goddamn self? You got an issue. You see what I'm saying? Shit, yeah, your mama was black. If you can't find a woman in line with the race of your mama, nigga, you got a problem with your mama. So if you got a problem with your mama and you got a problem with self and you can't, how the hell you gonna help me and you can't even help yourself? You is in a psychological dilemma of the ages. I can't fuck with no Cornel West. I can't fuck with Cornel West and he out there with an Arab woman talking about he black and shit and this, that, and that nigga in a state of confusion. That nigga in a state of confusion. So yeah, no, we ain't, no. You understand? No, we ain't gonna be fucking with Cornell. No, no, another delusional nigga. You see all the little Harvard niggas. What's the other motherfucker out there? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's that other nigga? He be doing all the genealogy and shit. What's the other nigga? What's that other nigga out there doing all the genealogy? Got a white too. Louis Gates. Who let that nigga in the gate? Louis. Yeah, Louis Gates. Henry Louis Gates. Who let that nigga in the gate? Yeah, who let that nigga Henry Gates in the gate? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, but you know, make an example out of him, man. I'm with it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I'm with it, but them niggas ain't nobody. Them niggas ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? They can't take the assault. You see what I'm saying? And they ain't gonna let me. They would never let me on no goddamn platform like that. It'll be over for their ass. You see what I'm saying? Cause I'm bare enough. You see what I'm saying? All that in, nigga. I'm a real revolutionary. I'm bare knuckle, nigga. I don't. You know, you niggas want to be intellectual. I don't want to be no goddamn intellectual. I'm trying to win the war. Whatever it's gonna take, goddamn it, to win the war. That's what I'm about. So, you know, my boss said, you cuss. Yeah, bitch, that's what they do in revolutions. They cuss. You see what I'm saying? Y'all motherfucking in the trenches. Uh, Dr. I and crossed it. Bitch, we in a trench. Nigga, get up out of here. You gonna get us killed, nigga. Shut up. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do in revolutions. You see? They cuss. You know, and anytime you find, but y'all can't understand that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, y'all can't understand that. You know, y'all can't understand that, and that's why y'all continue to stay in the state of servitude that you niggas is in. You see, that's what Malcolm X said. Revolutions is blood. You see, y'all want a comfortable revolution. Y'all want a revolution in which y'all comfortable and y'all can dot I's and cross T's and have, you know, intellectualisms and this, that, and the third. After this presidency, goddamn it, if you ain't ready to get out here and get busy on these goddamn streets, nigga, you ready to go in a coffin. That's the only other option that's gonna be left for you out here. But you know, it's good, and I see that the brothers, you know, they stepping up and they wanna deal. And if you fake, you out there faking, which these Q niggas, and that's what I said, and I don't give a goddamn who belong to it. You see what I'm saying? We are Africans. We are not Greeks. You see what I'm saying? I don't care. Yeah, we're Africans. We're not Greeks. We're from the Nile Valley. You understand? We're not Macedonians and goddamn, Sparta. We're not from Sparta or nothing like that or this, that, and the third. We are from the sacred Nile Valley. We will not be a part of the falsification of African knowledge by highlighting the Greeks and all of that as if they are the seat of intellectualism. I don't give a goddamn about none of it. You see what I'm saying? And then they take ancient Egyptian regalia and dress pharaohs up with Greek letters up under them. We can't allow that. We cannot allow that. So I don't got no respect for it. You see what I'm saying? So that's that, and the fact that they still and they perpetrating the fraud is another reason. And I know it's a lot of family out there, and it hurt. It hurt, but let it hurt. You know why? Because that is true. Waking you up. That's what it is. When you feel like, damn, I did pledge, and yeah, and niggas did me wrong when I pledged, and all y'all know how they do it. That was a horrible time for me, but I still went through with it, and I'm so proud to be a whatever I am. I'm a Q. I'm a this. I'm a that. You see what I'm saying? And I did all these horrible things to get in, but I went through with it because I'm so honored today to be a Greek. You see what I'm saying? They made me dress up in a pamper, and they made me run around and shit, and they poured all type of nasty shit on me and shit, and made me drink shit I didn't even know what the fuck it was. But today I'm so honored to be a Greek, and they did me so bad, but I'm gonna forget about that as much as I can. I didn't have to go to psychotherapy for the things that they did to me. But I'm so honored to be one of these freaky motherfuckers, and shit, you know what it is. And so yeah. So intellectual. You see, I'm so intellectual. Yeah, y'all a shameful motherfucking group. God damn it! Once you find out who you are, and God damn it, when I understood and read the Greeks and understood that we was the fathers and mothers of all civilized, and that's what the Greeks said. I'll never even go back to being a fool like that to claim some shit like that. You see? So y'all ain't woke. Y'all ain't woke. And so on that note, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of here, and so the fire continues, and I hope it go down. I don't think they really want to debate Umar. I don't think they really don't want to debate him because he's not, they not that intellectual. They don't stand on nothing intellectual or nothing. They got church shit that they quoting shit from, from the damn pastors and shit up at the church. They ain't got no real intellectualism about self, knowledge of self. You see, so that's smoke and mirrors, man. You see, that's smoking mirrors. Okay, let's stay focused, family. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Let's move forward. We got to get our paper. We got to get our paper. You see what I'm saying? Stay focused.